Okay, good afternoon, all. Today we are going to see a equalizer to reduce the effect of ISI, that is intersymbol interference. We discussed a technique that is using a sinc function or raised cosine wave. We can reduce the effect of ISI. And we also before going to see the equalizer, we will see the eye pattern. Eye pattern, eye pattern for the ISI. So eye pattern provides a simple and useful tool to visualize the ISI, intersymbol interference data bits, between the data bits. So lecture झालं between the data bits. So here, first of all, we will see I will show you the eye diagram, how that ISI is look on the mm, DSO. Yes. हो चालेल. Okay. So okay. So this is the way the eye diagram is look on the DSO screen. Hmm. So here this eye diagram can help you interpret a signal and determine the best time for making a measurement. So the maximum opening of ISI indicates there is maximum opening of eye indicates the zero ISI, and closing of eye indicates the maximum ISI present in that signal. So why it is called eye pattern? Because it looks like a its pattern looks like a human. So this in this way the it will looks on the DSO screen. Okay. So generating an eye diagram, the oscilloscope generates an eye diagram by overlapping the sweeps of different segments of long data stream driven by the master clock. So the triggering edge may be positive or negative. ये छोड़ दो आप. You can keep in your mind that is you just give it two signals to the channel 1 and channel 2 of DSO and press the XY mode. So you will get the eye diagram on the screen of DSO screen like this. In this way, you will get the eye diagram. In this way. Okay. So for interpreting the eye diagram, properly constructed eye should contain every possible bit sequence from simple alternate ones and zeros to isolated ones after long runs of zeros and all other patterns. So in this way. So this eye diagram contains a jitter. This is the jitter. This will be the signal to noise ratio. This is the better sampling point, and this eye slope of the eye indicates the sensitivity to the timing error or smaller the. So a square bit stream is sliced into sub bit stream. The shape of the eye decides the how much is the ISI present in that. So there are 2 3 points related to this eye diagram which should be noted. So that we are going to see. Okay. Okay. So the effective way to study the effect of ISI in the eye pattern. The name eye pattern was given from its resemblance to the human eye for the binary waves. As I The interior region of eye pattern is called as an eye opening, and following figure shows the image of the eye pattern. So this will be the eye. Jitter is the short-term variation of the instant of digital signal from its ideal position, which may lead to data error. So it is jitter is what? Jitter is a short-term variation of instance of the digital signal. If you see the digital signal on the DSO screen, there is two or three digital signal on the DSO screen simultaneously. So there will be a small skew in that two signals, which is not easily measured because there is that will be the jitter. Very small short-term changes. When the effect of ISI increases, the trace from the upper portion to the lower portion of the eye opening increases and the eye gets completely closed. That's I am saying. If eye get completely closed, there will be the huge ISI, high ISI. So eye pattern provides the information. This is important information that you should be noted. That is, actual eye pattern are used to estimate the beat error rate and the signal to noise ratio. First. Then second, the width of the eye opening defines the time interval over which the received wave can be sampled without error from the ISI. Means that's why here showing the base sampling point, because this opening indicates 0 ISI. So that's why you can sample your wave during this period only. The of the time, instant of the time when the eye opening is wide will be preferred time for the sampling. Okay. The rate of the closure of the eye according to the sampling time determines how sensitive the system is to timing error. So this rate of closing कितने फास्ट में होता है वो. The height of the eye opening at the specified sampling time defines the margin over noise. Margin over noise. Determine the margin over the noise. Okay. So this is whole is the margin over the noise. The height of the eye opening at the specified sampling time defines the margin over the noise. Margin का मतलब क्या? What's the margin? कि इतनी noise present is still the data is going to pass or still the data is recovered back. That is called the margin. Okay, that is called the margin. Okay, hence the interpretation of eye pattern is important consideration in ISI measurement. Okay, in ISI measurement. So this is the important thing related to the eye diagram. So in short, eye pattern is what? Eye pattern provides the instant visual data that the engineer can use to check the signal integrity of the design and uncover the problems easily in the design process. Okay, easily in the design process, and it can indicate the best point for the sampling and indicates the amount of jitter and distortion, and additionally shows the margin over the noise. Margin over the noise. Okay. So after this, there is a most important point, that is a equalizer. So after eye diagram, we will see the equalizer. So now the equalization is the process of nullifying the adverse effect of the communication channel. What is equalization? Equalization is what? Is the process of nullifying the adverse effect of the communication channel. Adverse effect of the communication channel. First of all, for reliable communication to be established, we need to have the quality output. Are you agree with this? Means for reliable communication to be established between transmitter and receiver, we need to have quality output. Yes, we need to have a quality output. What do you think? Is it right? So the transmission losses of the channel and other factors affecting the quality of the output. During the transmission, there is some external interference, noise, and channel effect. These are the factors to affect the quality of the output. And the most occurring loss is nothing but the ISI, that is inter-symbol interference. And to make the signal free from the ISI and maximum and ensure maximum signal to noise ratio, if signal free from the noise will get maximum SNR. Are you getting this? So to make the signal free from the ISI and ensure the maximum signal to noise ratio, we need to implement a method called equalization. Called equalization. Called equalization. And where this equalizer is used or placed, so it is placed before the decision device. It is placed before decision device. It is placed before decision device. So any real channel needs equalization to approach flat frequency response. Equalizer needs experimental adjustment in the field because we don't know the channel characteristics exactly. System performance can be improved using equalizer. So here you can place the equalizer, or you can place the before the decision device. You can place the equalizer. Now this is the practical model. What? This is what the practical model. Practical model. So here before decision device, you can place the equalizer. Okay, you can place the equalizer. So the noise and interference which are denoted in this figure, which are denoted noise and interference, noise and interference in this figure are likely to occur during the transmission, and regenerative repeaters has an equalizer circuit which compensate the transmission losses by shaping the circuit, and equalizer is feasible to get implemented, so in if we see the block diagram of regenerative repeater, so they in that case also the equalizer is used and timing circuits are used. Okay, so practically the channel frequency transfer function is not known. Practically the channel frequency transfer function is not known, means this is not known. Practically we don't know. We know this transmission channel, we know the receiver channel, sorry, receive signal, transmitted signal, but we don't know the transfer function of channel. Okay, so usually transmit and receive filter are matched because we know that. वी आर हैविंग द नॉलेज ऑफ दिस, बिकॉज ये हमने ट्रांसमिट किया है, तो जो रिसीव होगा उसके अकॉर्डिंग ही होगा। सो इसकी वैल्यू पता है, इसकी पता है। सो ओवरऑल सिस्टम फंक्शन इज रिटर्न एज transmitting filter transfer function, channel transfer function, receive transfer function, and this will be the error transfer function we are added in that. We are added in that. Hence, the equalizer transfer function should compensate for the channel distortion, and the HE of f is equal to 1 upon HC of f. So, the equation becomes 1 upon h of e raised to minus j theta c f. So, there are many equalizers available in the market or options. So, what exactly the equalizer will do? Equalizer will reverse the distortion incurred by the signal transmitted through a channel. And in digital communication, its purpose is to reduce the ISI to allow the recovery of the transmitted symbol. And it can be simple linear filter or complex algorithm. There are many equalizers are used in the digital communication. First, linear equalizer. It processes the incoming signal with linear filter. Second, MSME equalizer. It designs the filter to minimize the error. Where error signal is that the filter output minus transmitted signal. Error signal is what? Filter output minus transmitted signal. This is what? Error signal is what? Filter output minus transmitted signal. Okay, so that will be the thing. Then maximum likelihood sequence estimation. Sorry, so the MSME equalizer. Then zero forcing equalizer. Zero forcing equalizer, it approximates the inverse of the channel with the linear filter. Decision feedback equalizer. A linear equalizer by adding a filtered version of previous symbol. Concentrate on this. By adding a filter version of previous symbol, estimate to original filter output. Then blind equalizer. It estimates that transmitted signal without knowledge of the channel statistic and only use the knowledge of transmitted signal statistic. Blind equalizer. Then adaptive equalizer, which is very important and mostly used in the digital communication. Adaptive equalizer. So it is typically a linear equalizer which updates an equalizer parameters and processes the data. Then Viterbi equalizer, then BCJR, then turbo equalizer, turbo coding is used. So there are many equalizers. But as per your syllabus, you should study a adaptive equalization technique. Okay. So equalization can be done by using the maximum likelihood sequence estimation, maximum likelihood sequence estimation. Then second way, that is filtering. Filtering में क्या है? Transversal filtering by using a tapping transversal filtering. जीरो फोर्सिंग इक्विलाइजर. जीरो फोर्सिंग इक्विलाइजर का क्या बताया मैंने? व्हाट इज जीरो फोर्सिंग इक्विलाइजर? Zero forcing equalizer is approximate the inverse of the channel with a linear filter. Zero forcing equalizer क्या करता है? Approximate the inverse of the channel. Inverse of the channel. Inverse of the channel with a linear filter. Zero forcing equalizer. then minimum mean square error, that is MSME equalizer. MSME equalizer क्या करता है? MSME equalizer to filter the minimize the error, where error is what? Is that the filter output minus the transmitted signal. Receive filter output minus the transmitted channel filter output उसका minus the transmitted signal. That is MSME. Okay. Then decision feedback equalizer. Decision feedback equalizer क्या करता है? Using the past decision to remove ISI contributed by them. Decision feedback equalizer. It is a linear equalizer by adding a filtered version of previous symbol. Filter version of previous symbol estimates to original filter output. Means इसका मीनिंग ये है, that is using the past decision, previous symbol estimation to remove the ISI. Then next is the adaptive equalizer, which is very important. Adaptive equalizer. Adaptive equalizer क्या करता है? What is adaptive equalizer? Adaptive equalizer is typically a linear equalizer which updates the equalizer parameters, that is coefficients, as it processes the data, and it uses a minimum mean square error cost function, and it assumes that it makes the correct symbol decision and uses its estimate of symbols to compute, which is defined to compute. That is adaptive equalization. Means in short, it adapts the updates the coefficients. Coefficients of what? Coefficients of the tapping. These are the coefficients. This is coefficient 1, coefficients 2, coefficients 3, coefficients 4, and so on. So update these coefficients. That is here written here. Algorithm for coefficients adjustment. By taking the feedback of what? The addition of all these. These are the tapping. These are the tapping. Transversal filter. A weighted tap, delayed line. A weighted tap. These are the delays that reduce the effect of ISI by proper adjustment of filter taps. By proper adjustment of filter taps. So these coefficients, by proper adjustment of coefficients. Okay, proper adjustments of coefficients. That is transversal filtering and transversal zero forcing equalizer. If the filter taps are adjusted such that the equalizer output is forced to be zero at n sample points on each side, at n sample point on forced to be zero, exactly channel reverse होगा by the linear way, forced to be zero. Mean square error equalizer. The filter taps are adjusted such that mean square error of ISI and noise power of equalizer output is minimized. Output is minimized. Okay, output is minimized. So equalizer, the general diagram of the equalizer, that is linear equalization by using adaptive algorithm. If we see, it is so that general diagram is look like this. So this will be the generalized diagram of equalization techniques. Adaptation. Adjust the center tap, coefficients tap. Okay, so this is the means if we see, you can see the equalizer in your mobile phone also for adjusting the music in your computer also. Okay, so you are adjusting what you are tapping that points. You are tapping the points. One minute, if I have. Okay. So there will be the tab in that case. So in this way, by adjusting the coefficient, the delay also are change, and you can reduce the ISI. So you can maximize the effect of sorry, you can maximize the uh, noise signal to noise ratio. Signal to noise ratio. Okay, so here in this these are the tabs. By adjusting these tabs, you can set your you can set as per your requirement. So this is the one of the one type of equalizer. Okay, so you can adjust the parameters as per your choice. Here also, these are the tabs. By moving these tabs, we can increase the delay and gain. Okay, there are multiple equalizers are available, so you can adjust it as per your requirement, as per your suppose you are using listening a music, and you are adjusting the bass or whatever the terms in that case. So by using that, you can adjust it, and you can change the effect. Okay, so this is the equalization. Actually, okay. So if I found the animated video for that, so I will definitely share with you equalizer. So after this, there will be the next point, that is a orthogonal frequency division multiplexer, that is OFDM. तो आपने अभी तक फ्रीक्वेंसी डिवीजन मल्टीप्लेक्सिंग पढ़ा है, टाइम डिवीजन मल्टीप्लेक्सिंग पढ़ा है, कोड डिवीजन मल्टीप्लेक्सिंग पढ़ा है. ओके, then orthogonal frequency division multiplexing is also there. So in that case, we are transmitting a multiple carrier without interfering with other. So with zero ISI, we can transmit the signal. Okay, so orthogonal frequency division, देखो एडवांटेज में वही है. फर्स्ट, अलो कैरियर्स टू ओवरलैप, नो गार्ड बैंड, resulting in lesser wasted bandwidth without any inter-carrier interface. Means allow carrier to overlap. Means carrier, multiple carriers we are going to send, but without overlapping, so that the bandwidth is saving here. High data rate distributed over multiple carriers, resulting in lower symbol rate. Permits higher data rate as compared to FDM, frequency division multiplexing. Frequency division multiplexing. Then increase the security and bandwidth efficiency possible using CDMA OFDM, that is code division multiplies and OFDM by multiplying it. Simple guard interval make the system more robust to multipath effect. Okay, multipath effect. So to overcome the multipath effect, multipath effect. So these are the advantage of OFDM. That is, first advantage क्या है कि multiple carrier हम भेज सकते हैं एक ही टाइम स्लॉट में, but without overlapping. Okay, then what? Then higher, that's why higher data rate can be achieved over multiple carrier, क्योंकि multiple carrier भेज रहे हैं तो multiple data rates हुए ना achieved. Permit higher data rate, ये तो वही सेम है. Increase the security and bandwidth efficiency by combining with the code division multiplication. And simple guard interval makes the system more robust to multipath effect. The multipath signal takes the multipath before reaching the receiver, so guard interval introduce करके हम वो कर सकते हैं. Now, what is orthogonal frequency division multiplexing? Orthogonality in time domain, वही इस डायग्राम में दिखाया. This is first signal, second signal, third signal, fourth signal, and this signal combines these four one. This is what the carrier frequency using 32 point Fourier transform, that is A50 फास्ट Fourier transform. मीन्स हमने क्या किया, इस सिग्नल को इस ऐसा मिलके एक ही सिग्नल बनाया एंड वी कैन सेंड, बट विदाउट ओवरलैपिंग इंडिविजुअली. सॉरी, विदाउट ओवरलैपिंग. वहाँ पे आपको इंडिविजुअली समझ में आएगा कि ये सिग्नल 1 है, ये सिग्नल 2 है, ये सिग्नल 3 है, ये सिग्नल 4 है. दैट इज द एडवांटेज ऑफ ऑर्थो. मीन्स पैरेलली हमने भेजा, पैरेलली. The signals are perpendicular to each other, parallelly. हमने उनको क्या किया, parallelly भेजा, parallelly. Okay, are you understand? So are you getting this? This signal will parallelly, it will be parallelly. Parallelly हम भेजेंगे, that is the thing. So the orthogonality in frequency domain. So this is the thing that's I am saying. Orthogonality is each carrier is modulated using any modulation technique, BPSK, QPSK, MRA टेक्निक, कोई भी टेक्निक से हर एक कैरियर हम मॉड्यूलेट करेंगे. द फ्रीक्वेंसी रिस्पांस फॉर ईच कैरियर इज अ सिंक फ्रीक्वेंसी रिस्पांस, क्योंकि हमें आईएसआई कम करना है. द ओवरलैप ऑफ फ्रीक्वेंसी रिस्पांस इज पॉसिबल एज अगेंस्ट फ्रीक्वेंसी डिवीजन मल्टीप्लेक्सिंग वेयर इंटर कैरियर स्पेसिंग इज मस्ट. इंटर कैरियर स्पेसिंग ओवरलैप हो रहे हैं लेकिन दो कैरियर एक मिक्स नहीं हो रहे. द इंटर कैरियर स्पेसिंग इज must. The frequency response of the carrier overlap at zero crossing, avoiding inter-carrier interval. तो ओवरलैपिंग जो हो रहा है वो क्या हो रहा है, एग्जैक्टली जीरो क्रॉसिंग. ये यहाँ पे देखो, एग्जैक्टली जीरो क्रॉसिंग, एग्जैक्टली जीरो क्रॉसिंग, एग्जैक्टली जीरो क्रॉसिंग, so that the inter-channel interference is overlap, so that the inter-channel interference is overlap. This is one signal, this is two signal, this is three signal, and this one is fourth, and this one is fifth signal. तो पांच सिग्नल, पांच डिफरेंट कैरियर हमने एक ही सिग्नल में भेजे, एक ही सिग्नल में. तो ये एक एक दूसरे में ओवरलैप हो रहे हैं क्या, नहीं हो रहे. देखो यहाँ पे ये जो है ये कंप्लीट ऐसे गया है, इसमें ये मिक्स नहीं हुआ है, एग्जैक्टली क्रॉस करके गया है. फिर इसमें ये मिक्स नहीं हुआ है येलो वाला. In this way, this is the advantage of the OFDM technology. So how this can be achieved? So this will be the block diagram of OFDM frequency division multiple access. Block diagram of frequency division multiple access. Okay, so in this case, that is transmitter and receiver. That transmitter serial data serial to parallel हमने convert किया. Okay, पहले serial को parallel में convert करो. Then after that modulation mapping, कोई भी एक modulation use करो. Then inverse Fourier transform लो उसका. Then in phase and quadrature में separate करो. Then guard period is inserted in that. Then sync function में उसको convert करो. And then मॉड्यूलेटर एम्पलीफायर, देन एम्पलीफाई करो. एम्पलीफाई करने के बाद वो क्या होगा, रिसीवर में यहाँ पे रिसीव होगा, डीमॉड्यूलेट होगा. ओके, तो यहाँ पे फ्रेम डिटेक्शन, गार्ड पीरियड रिमूवल, देन फुरियर ट्रांसफॉर्म लो उसका, देन मॉड्यूलेशन स्लाइस एंड पैरेलल टू सीरियल, एंड दिस विल बी द ओरिजिनल सिग्नल बैक. इतना सिंपल ऑपरेशन है इसका. ओके, original signal back. So you can see here. So जो हमने इस एक्सप्लेनेशन, इस डायग्राम में जो मैंने अभी बताया ये इसमें है, इसमें है. That is 1 2 3 4 and this will be the period. This will be the period, guard period, guard interval. This is the guard interval. Guard interval. Okay. So carefully देखो ये डायग्राम. इस डायग्राम से आपके वो ऊपर के ब्लॉक डायग्राम का क्या होगा, एक्सप्लेनेशन क्लियर होगा. ओके. So the simplified OFDM systematic block diagram transmitted इनवर्स फोरियर ट्रांसफॉर्म लिया उसका, देन सिंक फंक्शन में कन्वर्ट किया, फिर फोरियर ट्रांसफॉर्म लिया, देन पैरेलल टू सीरियल. ओके. सो पैरेलल टू सीरियल. So today we will stop here. The DFT equation we will see in the next lecture. Hmm? Only 24 people. Okay.